Guys, so while I'm out here shooting today, I just wanted to show you guys one of my favorite guns. It's been one of my favorites since the series of Firefly, and that is the Mare's Lake version of the lever actions. These are classified as pistols. They were always designed as a pistol. The stock on these guys were originally manufactured to never be shouldered. As you can see, it's very tiny. If you did shoulder, it would be extremely uncomfortable. It's got a shortened barrel. I think it's right around 11 inches. But this one here specifically is the Rossi. Now this is the Rossi Ranch Hand. I couldn't get my hands on a Mare's Lake just yet, but I'm always on the lookout. So eventually I will get a Mare's Lake. But this is a representation of the Mare's Lake. Now the Mare's Lake is not an original definition of a gun. It kind of was coined by Steve McQueen in a show back in I want to say it was the 70s. It was it might have even been earlier than that. It might have been 60s. But his gun was a shortened I want to say it was 1870 lever action. I can't remember the exact model, but it was a Winchester, and he nicknamed it the Mare's Leg, and that name kind of stuck, and that's pretty much what everyone calls this style of gun now, is the Mare's Leg. Mine specifically is chambered in 44 Magnum, just because, you know, if you're out in bear country, you want some big stopping power. So I figured this would be a good little bear gun if I ever get out to up to the woods. But fun little gun. Magazine capacity is about 5 rounds, 6 rounds actually is what I think I got in there. It's got a big loop, makes it easy for gloved hands to get in there. A large trigger guard, easier to get large gloved hands in there. So good for winter gun. So if you're out hunting for elk or whatever and you want something for self-defense, it wouldn't be a bad little option. But yeah, let's get some shooting in and show you what this guy does. Now this guy does kick like a mule. So check this guy out. Fun little gun to shoot. Very recoil, very high recoil impulse. I would say anyone shooting this, make sure you are using 2 hands. You probably could shoot this one-handed, but you might end up hurt. So I would highly suggest use both hands. Put your second hand up here and grip it pretty firm, because she does like to kick back, and you don't want to end up with a barrel up in your face, and you don't want to end up with a broken nose or any kind of hurt extremities. So be safe with the firearms. Definitely with things like the Mare's Leg. Even if you're chambering it in something as small as like a 22 or whatever, just be safe with it. Make sure that everything's nice on it, comfortable. You don't want to, by chance, risk getting hurt, and especially when you're out in the middle of the desert like I am. It might be a while before you get any help near you. So yeah, check it out. I'm gonna wait till these ATVs pass by, so that way I can shoot a couple more rounds, show you guys this thing. Where I am is a pretty popular place for off-road driving, especially when it's a beautiful day like today. We've been having a lot of wind lately, so this is the first time I've been able to get some actual shooting videos for you guys. So I'm trying to get as many in as I can, get you guys entertained, you know, all that fun stuff. So let's try a couple more rounds here, guys. Yeah, and the canyon, man, everything's echoing, so I have to verify that no one's up in the hill behind where I'm shooting. I am shooting into a hill, so my rounds aren't going to go anywhere unsafe, but I do always want to make sure that I know what's behind that hill, just in case I have a ricochet or anything like that. I suggest you always know what you're shooting at and what's behind that object. So although I have a pretty significant hill behind me, all it takes is a stray shot or a ricochet and I can hurt someone, including myself. So I always recommend the number 2 safety is know your target and what's behind it. So as you can see, I'm verifying that no one's around me, that I'm by myself. So that way, if there's a ricochet, I'm not going to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt myself, but if there was a ricochet, I would rather it be me than some person driving by on an ATV. So I am also a safe distance from the hill, so ricochet shouldn't be a problem. But yet again, always practice for anything. But back to the Rossi. This one's got wood furniture. It's got your little lanyard loop here, and then I do have a holster for it, but I left the holster back in the truck just because it's kind of cumbersome to try to carry the holster and all the gear that I'm wearing today. But yeah, it's a fun gun. It's got a brass front sight, blacked out rear. It is a side gate charging or loading, and it does eject from the top here. So what's really neat is when you shoot this guy and you pop that round, pops right out the top. Pretty neat. I mean, there are plenty of other designs to the lever actions, but you know, I'm liking this Rossi. It's a fun gun. Rossi is pretty popular with their Brazilian style Western style guns. Specifically like the Rossi Rio Bravo. Granted, it's a 22, but it's a nice little 22 lever action. And then them and Taurus both run the Circuit Judge, which is a neat little gun. Shoots 45 Colt 410 shotgun. One day I'll probably get one of those, but today we got the mare's leg. So let's check it out. Get another shot off. And that'll do it for me, guys. But yeah, if you ever get time, check out a style of mare's leg whenever. I mean, I know a few companies. Henry makes the actual mare's leg, and Rossi makes the ranch hand, and I know a few other companies have made them in the past. So if you ever get time and you ever see one on a shelf at your gun shop, check it out. They're fun guns to have. They might not be the most useful gun, and even me saying for bear defense, maybe not the best option, but it's my option and I like it, so I'm gonna run it. All right, guys, have a good one.